Alright, so now let's start making a form for this. Okay, so a form for this edit profile. Okay, I'll go to this forms.py here. Okay, in the accounts app, forms.py. So we'll be making two forms. One is for this user account and another one is for profile. Okay, so I'll do first, I'll make a class is equal to user form. Okay, in this user form we are going to take only three fields. Okay, so one is user first name, last name, and the phone number, right? So we'll inherit forms dot model form. Now I will do class meta. Okay, so in the class meta we should put a model account. Okay, and next fields equal to which fields we are using. We are using first name comma last name comma phone number. All right, so yeah, that's it. And next I'll make a class of user profile form. Inherit this with forms dot model form. Again class meta, so model is equal to user profile, and the fields will be address line 1 comma address line 2, and what else we'll need city, red city, state, country, and profile picture. Okay, profile picture. I think yeah, that's all. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, next these forms are done now. So first of all we need to import this user profile. Okay, so from dot models user profile. All right, so our forms are in place, and next we need to go to this views. Okay, so first of all we'll go to the top of this page and import these two forms. First is user form comma user profile form. All right, so we have a form here. So next, so here, so what we'll do, we'll first check if request dot method is equal to post. When the request is post, so we should initialize this forms. Okay, first of all user underscore form, so we are handling two forms, right? So that's why we need to be a little more careful. So now it is user form. With the user form we are passing this request dot post. Also we need to pass the instance, okay, because we are editing this form, right? Is equal to request dot user. Okay, so instance is actually the request dot user. So we are using this instance because we want to update this user profile, right? So we don't want to create a new one. So as I said before, so using instance we want to update the profile. Okay, next we'll say profile underscore form is equal to user profile form, and we'll pass a request dot post comma, we will also need to pass request dot files. Okay, so why we are passing this files is because if you see here, we are updating the profile, right? Profile photo. So when you want to upload any files, then you must include this request.files. okay, and after that of course we need instance is equal to, so we don't have an instance now, we need to get the instance, so let's call it a user profile. We need to get this user profile, so we'll do that here. Just above this if condition, we'll make a user profile. User profile is equal to get object or 404. okay, get object or underscore 404. you say user profile comma user is equal to request dot user. okay, so this will give us the user profile. So we are using this get object or 404. It is because, so what it will do is it will actually get the user profile. If there is no user profile, then it will return with the 404 error. okay, so that's why we are using this get object or 404. all right, so in this case we must have the user profile. okay, so we have the user profile and it will give us the user profile, and that user profile we are passing it as an instance. okay, and now we need to check if these both forms are valid. Both forms, I mean user form as well as profile form. If these both forms are valid, then we are going to save the data. okay, so let's say if user form dot is underscore valid and profile form dot is underscore valid, then what we need to do, we need to say user form dot save. also profile underscore form dot save. okay, we need to save both of these forms, and now we'll say messages dot success request comma, let's say a message, your profile has been updated. okay, and next redirect the user, redirect him to where, redirect him to edit profile page. okay, and in the else condition, that means if the method is not post, then what we need to do, we need to just render the form. okay, render the form with the data. okay, so let's say else user form is equal to user form. Let's not pass the request post, I mean we cannot pass the request post because of course this is not a post request, right? So we just need to pass this instance equal to request dot user, because by passing this instance we can see the existing data inside the form. okay, so that's why. And profile underscore form is equal to user profile form. We'll also pass this instance equal to user profile. okay, this user profile. And now just come out of this else condition, else block, and let's say context is equal to, make a dictionary of user form colon user form comma, also pass this profile underscore form colon profile underscore form. all right, so last thing, just pass this context here into this HTML. okay, so now we have passed this context to this edit profile.html. so what we can do now we can go to this edit profile.html and start making start placing the form here. So I will remove this input type from this first name and say user form, user underscore form dot first name. Okay, so because this first name is inside the user form, right? So if you see here, user form, right, this user form first name. Okay, so that's why I'm calling this user form dot first name. Also I want to update this here. I'll remove this input tag and put this, and I'll replace this with last name, and the phone number also, it also comes from user form. So now this is the phone underscore number. Okay, and this profile picture actually comes from this profile form. Okay, so now I will remove this. I'll just put this profile form dot a profile picture. Okay, I'll copy, and for the address line 1 I'll paste it, and now this is address line 1. Okay, profile form dot address line 1, and now this is profile form dot address line 2, and the city, this is city, and state and the country. All right, so now I will refresh. Okay, get object or 404 is not defined. I'll go to this views, and this actually comes from this Django shortcuts. Okay, just say get object of 404. So I will refresh. Okay, user profile is not defined. User profile is not defined. Okay, we are using this user profile, right? I'll go and comma user profile. I think now this should work. Now you can see the data is automatically populating, right? So this is now showing this data. It is because we are passing an instance in the get request, right? In this else block we are passing this instance equal to request user instance user profile, right? So that's the reason it is showing you the current data. Okay, so next thing, we need to actually make it look properly. Okay, because this has no CSS, right? So this is not properly aligned. So what I'll do, I'll go back to this forms.py. I'll go back to the forms.py, and here you see this define init method, right? So this init method I'll call, I'll make this init method and copy this line. Super registration form, I'll say, instead of this registration form I'll say user form, and next I will loop through all these fields. Okay, so for field in self.fields, and we are assigning this class form control to all of these fields, right? So that's why we are looping through it instead of making one by one. So now refresh. All right, so this is this one worked. These three things worked, right? Three fields worked, but we need to make that same thing for this user profile form also. I'll just copy this def function. I'll put it here. So just replace this user form with this user profile form. So now save it and refresh it. Now you can see this this is now looking properly. All right, so one more thing I want to show you. Many people want to remove this currently set image. Okay, so I just want to show you here. Okay, so this is very simple. So what you need to do, you need to just make a field. Okay, profile underscore picture is equal to, you say forms dot image field, Now I'll say required equals false, comma, error underscore messages is equal to, inside this curly braces I'll say invalid. For the invalid error we are going to say image files only, or some error. Okay, and next, comma, widget is equal to forms dot file input. Okay, if you put like this, then you will get rid of this profile picture currently set path. Okay, so instead of this path, it would be great if you can show some the image itself. Okay, so just we will show the image, but for now let's refresh. All right, so we don't have that currently set path now. So here what I'll do, I'll just show a preview of the photo, okay, of the profile picture. So I'll go to the edit profile HTML. So just above this form, maybe just above this row. Okay, I'll make a div and image. Okay, image. In this image src I want to set the path of the profile picture. Okay, so I'll say inside this alt I'll say profile picture. Just remember guys, don't keep this alt attribute blank. Okay, so I have seen many people not writing anything inside this alt attribute. In fact, they don't even know what exactly it is. Okay, so it is actually an alternate text for this image. Okay, so what if the image is not working for any reason? Then the user will have no idea, right? No idea that which image is supposed to be here. And you will also get a lot of errors in the search console also, Google search console. So that's why you should make an habit of writing alt text everywhere you use this image tag. Okay, so that's very useful in the long run. Okay, so that's just a piece of information from my side. So going forward, we need to put the source path. Okay, source path, where do we get this source? So this is actually inside the profile, user profile, right? So if you go to this, we have a user profile here, but in this user profile we have a profile picture, right? So what I'll do, I'll need to pass this user profile to this edit profile, right? So then this is available to us, user profile picture url. Okay, and width equal to maybe width 100, and I'll give a inline css, a border radius 50 pixel or 50% long. Both work the same way. We just want to make this round. Yeah, now this is working. This is working, and I want to put it here, right side. All right, I'll give a class of text right. So now this should go to right side. All right, so this is just a basic form. Okay, so the next thing is we need to check if this is updating the data or not. So let's check if we have the proper action. No, we have to set this action url space edit underscore profile. Okay, and now I'll refresh once, and I'll just rename Ratan and test, and I will change the profile picture. and save. Alright, so now if you notice here, we got our first name changed, second last name changed, and this these are everything got changed, right? But the only problem is the image did not get changed, right? Why this is happening like this is because, so when you send the file, okay, when you send the file or some photos, you need to put a attribute here, encoding type. Okay, and type is equal to application multipart slash form hyphen data. Okay, so you have to put this, otherwise your file will not get uploaded. Okay, so now what I'll do, I will just set another photo, I will save this, and now you can see the photo is uploaded, right? So that's how it works. Okay, so I think that's all. Okay, so we'll stop this video for now and we'll see you in the next video.